Hello, hello. Welcome to today's stream, everyone. Hope y'all are doing well. I'm very excited for today's stream because we're still going to be working on our July monthly setup and stuff. Don't forget, if you guys haven't already, follow me on Instagram. And if you want to see old streams, some of them save on here, but most of them are on YouTube, also at L.I.L's Journaling and stuff. Yeah, and then on Sunday I'll have another 2 p.m. stream where we will hopefully finish up the July setup. So we're going to get pretty far today, but we're not going to finish it. I know that because my July setups take a while. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so here's the cover page we did. Just a quick review of our materials. We got our scissors, our rulers, we got some fun washi tape to kind of go with our color palette. We got these lovely markers, and I am missing 2 of my pens. Hello? I only have these 2. I'm gonna go quickly grab the yellow and orange real fast. 1 sec. So I'm pretty sure the reasons these were put back where with all the other ones is because I use them in like a different spread and stuff, or like I do some color coding in some other spreads of mine, so that's probably why they're away. And then we also have my stencils that we'll be using, and I did gather, like I said last stream, some more Happy Planner stickers to use in these next couple spreads. And of course I love this like little set of sticky notes here. Forget where I got it, but it's a sticky note portfolio is what it's called. So I can kind of have like all my little plans for my setups all in one place. So yeah, let us do this. And so this is our cover page that we made last stream, along with our monthly calendar and our first weekly setup, which I am obsessed with the look of. And today, we're going to start our next weekly setup. Okay. Okay, which one am I doing? So for this one, we will have all my classes marked here with a small strip down here for my habits, and then a thing for to-do list and a thing for the days. I'm going to reference one of my other spreads that I have done this on. Nice little flip back. I think it was like this setup. Yes, it was. So I'm going to make a quick note on the way I set up this one so that I can keep it the way I need to. I think I just did the halfway mark. Okay. Okay. So for this one we did a gradient like this, going that way, so we're going to do the gradient the other way this time. Start with purple on this side. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We'll make the habits start here. Okay. So, let's do this. So, let's do some updates as well and have a nice chat. I know it was a little quiet last stream. So, yesterday I made some snickerdoodles and they were absolutely amazing. And I'm very happy with myself because I was like worried they wouldn't turn out as well. But they turned out amazing. And that made me very happy. I also, yesterday was also very productive for me. I got a lot done, more than I was planning on it. And I'm very happy that I was able to get so much done. Because it has made today a whole lot easier to handle. Today is great because of the things I did yesterday. And I'm happy that I am at that point where I can say that. It's always a good time when you make enough good decisions the day before so that you can have a great day the next. And stuff. No, I still want this color. I'm going to do some pink here, and here, and here. And the rest will be purple. Okay, back to the topic of snickerdoodles, because I do want to talk about those a little more. Besides being just happy that they're turned out, I was very happy with, like, baking them yesterday. Because it didn't feel like a chore to cook yesterday. It felt like a fun activity. Especially when I made dinner, like, it was just a good time. It wasn't like, oh dang, I have to make dinner, or I have to cook, and I don't want to, or I'm not in the mood. It was like a nice, relaxing thing. Like, I don't know how many of y'all have seen Ghibli movies, but Studio Ghibli movies are really good at taking that daily life and making it look romantic. Like, it romanticizes it a lot, which I wouldn't say is a bad thing, because it just kind of gives you a reason to fall in love with it more life and see the good in it. And I like listening to Ghibli music while I work on homework and stuff, or like I'm cleaning the house, because I'm like, it's just calm vibes and I don't feel stressed like, oh, I need to clean this and it'll be bad if I don't. It's just like, it's good. We're good. We're in a safe place. It's fine. I don't have to worry too much about like how clean things get, and I'm just like in a good mood. Like, life is good, and I'm not stressing about the fact that I'm like checking things off my to-do list. It isn't a chore anymore. It's just a good part of the day, which I love it when the day becomes like that, when to-do list items change. And so that's what baking was for me yesterday, is I just got to vibe and have a good time and chill out and just spend some time baking. And one thing I found is like I am most productive when I like have the day where I know I have like the whole day to get things done, where I don't have like, if I don't have to do if something isn't due tomorrow, or like I don't have to have this to-do list item done tonight or something, it is a good time. I am going to be like way more productive, I have found, which I think is amazing. And it's just great. 10 out of 10. And like, or like if there's a weekend and my husband's like gone all day working and it's just kind of me home for most of the day, I will like go out and clean the whole house, and I may even reorganize things. There have been days where he has come home and I have rearranged the furniture of the house and like reorganized it, which is probably frustrating for him because he always comes home and the house looks different. But you know, for me, it's great. It's fine. It's a good time because I was able to just kind of like clear up my house, clear out my headspace in that same sense. It was great. 10 out of 10. No, we're going to do this again. I love it. And like, I am also way more productive when my house is clean because I am not worrying about, oh my gosh, the house is a mess and I still need to do homework, but the house is a mess and it's hard to work because the house is a mess. I'm not losing my mind because the house is a mess. I'm okay because the house is clean and I can be productive when the house is clean. And I can get so much more done. And stuff. It's great. I guess it just means like I'm one of those people whose like mood affects, like, not their mood. The state of the house affects their mood. Like if the house is in a good state, I'm not going to be in a good mood. And stuff. I found that a lot because at the beginning of this year I got like COVID right off. It was rough. Especially because like the semester just started and I just transferred to this new class and I'm like, hey, by the way, I can't actually go to class because I have COVID and stuff. And it was the worst. But and it was just like my husband had some COVID, but it wasn't as bad. He still had to deal with it. It was still rough for him. And I will admit he had his time. But it was like, I think I was a bit more bedridden than him. And like I would try to do homework thinking, oh, I can still get all my homework done in time and I can get ahead. But like I would take one look at the screen and I would get like super dizzy and nauseated and pass out. And it was, not pass out, but I would just not be feeling it. And I was super hungry all the time. I was hangry and stuff. And I was frustrated because I wanted to be productive, but I felt like I couldn't. And all that jazz. And the worst part was the house, like, was a mess because we're both kind of sick. So, like, dishes were kind of just piling up and it wasn't a good time. And it was just rough, but what am I trying to say? Messy house. It didn't make, like, I forgot to add this. It didn't make me more sick because the house was messy. It was just, like, it just kind of made me more stressed because I wanted the house to be clean and I wanted it to be fine and I wanted my homework to be done and I didn't want to have to deal with all the sick days of work that I was using and it was rough on my own. And that's kind of what made it the most stressful is because it was just a collection of like, dang, I'm stuck and I'm being forced to rest and I don't like it. Which honestly kind of sucks with our society is that we have emphasized work and being productive so much that like, at least in my life, the minute that I get sick or I'm not in a position to be productive is like the moment that I like lose my mind because I'm like, heck, I'm not productive and I feel like a failure immediately. And then it's like the day you go back to school or work or whatever, and it's even worse that day too because you go back and now you have to catch up on everything you're doing and you're like, hey, I'm constantly apologizing to my teachers like, hey, I'll make sure to keep up with this. I'll try to get this done in time. And how many days are this week? And you're trying to promise them, and I had a group project at the same time, so I was like, hey, I'll make sure to like keep up my work on the group project. But then like even though I was like getting better, I was like, I still couldn't do anything because my body like, you need to shut down right now, and it's stressing me out because I just couldn't be the way I wanted to be and be as helpful as I wanted to, and it was honestly the worst. Terrible experience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because, I was like raised to believe that productivity was meant to be able to do anything, even if you were sick. And I have even like in the past, like before COVID, I went to work when I was like not feeling great and I had a slight flu, or I still went to school when that happened and I still overworked myself. I would, in high school, I'd get up at 6 a.m. to go to like a church meeting. No, I'd get up at 5 because the church meeting was at 6. School started at 7. I'd go through school. I'd come home at like 2 or 3, and I'd like binge my homework. And then I'd go to work at 4, and I wouldn't be back till like 11 or midnight because of how much because I was not old enough to do closing and stuff. And so I couldn't, I was old enough to close, so it's like, oh, they kept me later than usual, and it was rough, my friends. Rough, I say. Because I would get stress sick very easily, and then I would be like, dang it, now I have to stop, and now I feel uncomfortable because I had to tell my boss I couldn't come in, and now I may get behind on school, and I'm just going to get more and more behind, or even if I was exhausted, I'd be like, no, I still need to get schoolwork done so that when I'm better, I can just go to work and I don't have to worry about school. Or what gets me is like the days off in the semester, because I will talk to my friends during this semester, and it's like, oh yeah, what are your plans for what's your plans for the day off? Because we had Monday off this week, and most of the time, like, you'll hear, oh, I'm just going to do homework, or like, even if they're going somewhere, they're like, I'm going to do homework, and it's just like, oof, like, because they want to get ahead, or they're trying to catch up. And the other day I was in class and I heard someone talking about how, like, yeah, I had COVID at like this point in the semester and I'm still behind, like, and it was like a month ago that they had COVID. Which, one, it makes me frustrated because I know the feeling and know how much it sucks to just like wish you could be where you want to be and like be as productive as you want to be, but you just can't because of COVID. And it's like eternally put you behind until like the end of the semester, and you're like, you just have to give up and like give up a couple things and so you can actually pass, which sucks. Or I'm like, when COVID first started and people would get those like 2 full weeks off, it was a great time because like you had that time where teachers are going to give you that leeway, or like your work will, because it was like government mandated that they did that. And now it's like we've kind of moved on from COVID, even though it's still going to like hit people and knock them out for like more than a week, and maybe for like affect them for the rest of their lives and their ability to be productive and stuff. And yet we're still like, it's okay. You're fine. You don't have to worry about this. You have your 2 days off that you are using up, your 2 sick days that you're using up and stuff. And that's it. And they're not even paid. Like, when I got COVID, it was still the time when I had paid sick days for my job. And now it's not. Like, if I got sick with COVID again, I would, who knows? I could probably get fired. Like, even my boss would understand, but it's like, I'm not gonna, his boss probably would be like, you used up too many days. And I'm like, well, I had COVID, and who knows? But yeah, it's not a good time anymore. And that's what I think. COVID impacted the world in many ways, for sure. But I think it also impacted the way we look at mental health, because it was a whole year where the world's like, okay, maybe we can't be as productive as we want to be. And like, everybody kind of started drawing into the things they've always wanted to do but never had time. And I mean, we were kind of on that way, but I feel like after COVID, like, mental health, physical health, and like the desire to kind of pursue your creativity has increased like 100%. Like, we are pushing for that more. At least my generation is. There are a lot of people in the older generation that are still very much want that ideal 9-to-5 productivity, have a stable job, and that type of thing. Which is also weird thoughts with that. Is that, like, I know people who have mental health issues and who always ask for, like, forgiveness because they can't always do it. They can't always get up in the morning, and, like, totally get that. But they're also the same people that push others with mental health issues to, like, be productive and be like, why the heck are you slacking off? And it bothers the heck out of me so much, because I'm like, you guys need to be on top of your game. Like, you of all people should understand what it's like to have that struggle, and yet you are the ones effectively, like, hurting others. It's just so dumb. Did I put the dates on this side? Yes, I did. And it's annoying too, because like, I was talking with that, like, type of person the other day of, like, okay, you understand mental health, like, you understand issues, and they're like, well, this person failed to do this, and I'm like, yeah, they didn't do it because their mental health got in the way, and they needed to take care of themselves first. And they're like, well, no, but they still failed. And I'm like, no, that's not failing. It wasn't their fault. They couldn't finish it. Like, it frustrates me. Where the heck is it? Here it is. So, message to all of you listening. If your mental health prevents you from doing something or finishing something, it is not your fault. Okay? It is not your fault at all. Okay? Your body needed to rest, and it is okay to take that time you need to rest. No questions asked. You didn't fail at doing it or accomplishing this or that. Okay? Don't ever think that. I'll fight you. One thing I always got when I first came out to school is, like, okay, I was lucky enough that FAFSA, like, paid for everything, like schooling, I had housing saved up for, and then it like also gave me enough money to like buy food and the stuff I needed during the semester. And I always got this thing of like, so I did that. I didn't have a job my first semester, and I always got that you need to get a job or you're gonna fail or you're gonna be financially stuck, and then you're gonna ask for help and all that jazz. And so I was like, that did two things to me. One, it taught me that those people I could not trust for help if I needed it, because if I went to them for it, they would just be like, I told you so, and why should I help you if you're gonna fail again? Like, they weren't gonna help me with the right mindset. And two, it also told me that, like, it put me in a position that I didn't feel like I could ask anyone for help. So I would come to the end of, like, the end of that first semester, I know I didn't spend my money as wisely. I made it through, and I was able to kind of, like, get the last couple bits of money that I needed to survive and finish off the semester. But, like, I had, like, barely any money in my bank account, and I was not about to ask a single person to help me, because that would just show them that they were right and that I am a failure, and how could I, like, do that? So I didn't. And then I tried to make a better plan the next semester and stuff, and I would try to improve, and I did improve in some ways, which was, I like remembered to make a plan and kind of be more on top of my game. However, there was still that issue that there were people I couldn't go to. So that second semester, I still didn't do it because I was getting in the hang of it, and I knew FAFSA would still take care of me. And then my third semester came, and with my school, there's 3 school semesters in like a year, and they're kind of like 14 weeks each, and then like a short 7-week summer one. We don't care about it. But FAFSA will like pay for all 3 of them as long as I'm taking classes and stuff. And so I was like, oh, for this spring semester, I will take a full load of classes so I can get all the money, and I can just put it directly into savings, and I'll maybe spend like, I set myself like, oh, I'll spend $100 or something of it just on me, but the rest of that, like, I think it was like 1,000 or something that I got would just go to savings and stuff. And so, but that happened right when COVID hit. And so that was my plan. And then I had the unfortunate, and I had like some money saved here and there, and I was going to get a job at some point during COVID once things lightened up. And I knew that like in the coming semesters I would get a job, but I just took like this first year of schooling to kind of like get used to it, because it was kind of rough and a difficult change. And long story short, I went home to my parents, they made me pay rent, and I lost like everything, like, because of the rent I had to pay. All the money that I had saved for that future semester of going back to school, I only had enough to like pay for housing, and then my fast food changed, so it only covered like half of my tuition. And originally it would cover like the full tuition and then some. And I was like super upset because I was like, I had all this stuff saved that I was going to use, and all of that went to rent, and I didn't even know about the rent until like I had arrived. Like once I was in the car, once my mom picked me up from the airport, she's like, hey, by the way, you're going to be paying rent while you're here because we can't afford to have you here, even though she's the one that begged me to be there. Like, come on. Anyway, that was rough. And so, that's long story short. Jump to the end of COVID, or not the end of COVID, but when I finally go back to school at the beginning of fall again, and I like had a job lined up and stuff. I had like barely any money, and I go to my mom and I go to my dad and I'm like, hey, I need help paying for tuition, I'll pay you guys back. And my mom was one of those people that told me like, hey, you better get a job and be smart, or else you're gonna be not gonna be able to make it and stuff, and you're gonna be a failure. And she did exactly what I thought she would when it came to asking her for tuition. Is she said, I told you so, and she wasn't very kind in helping me, and she reminded me how bad I am with money and that I'm a failure, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you literally took all my money, like, try again. I was trying to be smart and stuff. It was a rough time. Wasn't a good time for me. And that's what I don't like about some people, is that they think it's okay they think, like, they don't offer the care that child need. Like, they weren't there to offer the care I needed. They weren't there to support me. They're just like, or understand that, like, I needed to get used to college, or like, I am already stressed as it is, and like, I only am taking one job when they want me to take two, and it's just a mess. And it's rough. And it's really annoying that they just didn't get that. And that there's a whole generation that kind of thinks in the same mindset. Now, I will say not everyone thinks in that mindset, but most of them do. And that's what frustrates me, is like, that there's a lot of people that have that mindset that you're a failure unless you can do it on your own, and you can be 100% productive and stuff. Because then they usually end up screwing you over, because they like purposely try to screw you over, I would say. Because they're like, oh, well, because they just don't like the way we do it or something, or they're like, oh, you should be able to do it on your own, and if you can't, you're a failure, and then they like make sure you suffer the consequences of being a failure, and they're not there to catch you when you need it and stuff, and that's what's annoying. Okay. Yeah. Generation's rude. Why does that one look bigger? That's fine. Whatever. Too late now. Okay. We should probably go to a lighter note than all that, because that's kind of depressing. Yeah, that was a little depressing. We'll change to a lighter note, guys. Let's talk about let's talk about summer reading. It is technically summer, even though my brain refuses to accept that it is. I'm still kind of convinced it's like spring, because Idaho skipped spring like some loser. Anyway. Idaho did skip spring and went straight to summer. But except like for it being like hailing on Monday. It's 80 today or something, but Idaho's weird. Anyway, summer reading program. Libraries do it. Maybe some of you did it as a child with your family or whatever. I found out the library that I like is doing it. And so I signed up for it. And it's so fun. It is. Well, it's the adult version, so it's not like I'm going to all the activities, or like I don't have kids that I am dragging to any of the activities, so it's not like as intense, but I am enjoying the reading portion of it. I've been enjoying all the reading I've been doing, and I am like not in a reading slump anymore, which I have been for like years. I've been in a reading slump and been struggling to read, and like especially with my English classes, like I'll do all the reading for those classes, but like because I had so much required reading for classes, I struggled to do it on my own. And this semester I don't really have as much reading. I have a little bit, but not as much, and so like I've been getting back into like personal reading, and there's also time at my job to read sometimes, and I've been very happy with that. And so I've been binging a lot more books, which has been very helpful, because for the summer reading program I have to read like 1,000 pages for every 2 weeks, which I've been pretty on top of, and I did just reach. And it's only like 3 weeks, so there's like every 1,000 pages you read, you get a prize. So I'm excited because last night at 2:30 in the morning, I finished my 1,000-page goal. So now I got an email saying like, hey, come claim your prize and your coupons. And the coupons, in parentheses after it, it said McDonald's and Great Scots. And Great Scots is like the best soda shop in town. So I'm very excited for that coupon. And I also like McDonald's, so also excited for that. Hopefully it's something good, like free food. Did I put to do? It was supposed to be today. Cool. Time to fix that mistake. And I did an orange too. So I'll do a couple layers. Washi tape is your best friend for fixing mistakes in your bullet journal. See? It's gone. Now I can write today. There's something under here. I'll write the T in. And that comes straight off. Trying to avoid using black. Maybe it'll dry with time. We'll still try it. But back to the summer reading program. I've reached my 1,000 pages. I'm gonna finish the book I am currently reading, just so that I can like return it, and I only have like 100 pages left, so after this stream I'll do like an hour of reading and I'll head to the library. That's okay. So and I'll probably post on Insta what the prize is for funsies, if it fits my vibe. And stuff. Hopefully that stays. This one will be to do. But yes, I'm very excited. And the book that I'm currently reading is, what's it called? It's like it was in my last reel. It was like a twisted tale, and it was like a retelling of Rapunzel, essentially. It was like, what if, the queen had a different flower, ate a different flower instead of the sundrop one. And so in this one, she has the moondrop flower. And so the main thing with the moondrop is, instead of healing, Rapunzel can murder with her hair, which is cool. However, there are some things I don't like about it so far. Is, for one, I haven't gotten much. It hasn't been that intense. Like, there hasn't been a moment that I'm like, oh no, they're all in danger, they're all gonna die or something. Like, my expectations for this book, because it's called A Twisted Tale and it looks like a spooky book, like it looks like it's meant to be like a horror version or thriller version of Rapunzel, and I have just gotten the same Rapunzel. She's still like super nice and sweet, and like there's no, like, I was expecting like Rapunzel at one point to like just lose it and go like on a murder spree, either on Gothel's behalf or like against Gothel after like Flynn died or something, and I haven't gotten that yet, and I'm a little upset about that because I was expecting a spooky story and I'm not getting it. Or her to like, yes, that stayed. Or at least for her to go on like some sort of murder spree, like after her parents or something, or just like to Gothel like twist her in a sense to like hate her family and go take over the kingdom. Like, instead of Gothel manipulating her to be like, oh, you're just gonna do what I say in the castle, like Gothel would have made her just as bad as a villain as Gothel. But she didn't, and that's what upsets me. Or there hasn't, like, for like a good 150 pages in the middle, it's just like, we're having a good time, and I'm like, stop. Like, stop having this good time. You're wasting my time by just sitting there and not giving me enough plot or like anything interesting. Like, they have escaped every villain so far, and currently where I am in the book, they're like about to escape. Like, I can see them, like, she's in trouble, but I'm like, okay, where's the magic fix? Oh, there it is. Like, one of the characters got like severely injured, and like literally it took a page and he was healed, and I'm like, okay, like, give me something to be stressed or upset about. Like, come on. And then, so I don't like it that way, and I'm hoping that maybe these last 100 pages will do me some justice and give me something to be upset about. But who knows? They also, so one thing about it is that this story has come about because this brother is telling his sick sister like a retelling of Rapunzel because it's her favorite story. And I'm all for that, but it has interrupted the flow of it. Also, here's the full spread completed. We got the dates here and all that jazz. I do want to add some stickers real fast, but I'll keep talking. But Like, so he's telling this story to his sick sister, which is kind of cute and stuff. Oh, I should see if I have any tests or quizzes. Okay. Loving the colors. Habit trackers are my favorite. Yes, habit trackers are great. I love my habit trackers. But, yes, I love, this one's very cute. But with this story, it's like you're telling me about, like, the brother is helping his, he's telling this retelling of Rapunzel to his sick sister, and, like, at first I was like, okay, this got, like, some Princess Bride vibes, and I'm, also your nails, oh, yes, I did do my nails. I'm not really good at doing my nails, they're just pink, they kind of match the spread, but yeah, I did do that. Thank you, Megan, appreciate that. But, like, it had Princess Bride vibes, but right now all it does is interrupt the plot. Like, it's just like the sister being like, oh, you gotta include horses. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, come on, give me some real plot here. And it's like, I can kind of see this, like, ending with the sister, like, being super mad, or I can see it ending with, like, the sister dying or something, and it's like, I don't know, I just don't see it as, like, a good, I don't see the story having a good ending with how it's going so far. Also, I'm quickly going through my stickers to see if any that I want to put on here. Maybe, like, ooh, I got it. Will you fit right down here? You will. We're gonna move this sticker. Come on, sticker. Right there. Okay, I'm gonna add this bad boy. But I don't see this story ending in a good way. And that's kind of how I do judge stories a lot. Is if I'm going to judge a book, I'm gonna judge it, like, by how interesting the plot is. Like, that's, like, I will judge its writing, and I will judge, like, the purpose of the details you give me. I have, like, for example, I've been watching Kenobi. Spoiler alert ahead if you haven't watched up to episode 5, by the way. Spoiler alert ahead. So, pause for now. I'll give the thumbs up when I'm done with spoilers. But, end of episode 5. Freaking Darth Vader leaves somebody alive, and I'm like, how is Darth, and, like, this character will go and seek vengeance on Vader and do something that foils Kenobi's plans, and I'm like, how the heck? Darth Vader already said that he knew that he left this person alive and he wasn't going to do it again, and why on earth would Darth Vader, like, not kill someone fully? Like, that doesn't make sense. I don't even know Star Wars that well, but I know Darth Vader wouldn't do that. And yet he did. And that's what frustrates me, is, like, I like Kenobi, but it's not that great in my mind. This is facts. Mary Poppins says the cover is not the book, rather it's the content between the front and back. Yes. Mary Poppins is a very good and reputable source. I appreciate that, Megan. And it's just frustrated me, Kenobi, in this book. I want better content. I want a better plot and characters. I want a villain Rapunzel, and I'm not getting that in the book. And that's what frustrates me. And, like, even with her thought process now, I don't see her becoming the villain I want. Like, she's still too good to be that. Okay. Time to do another weekly. Now, this weekly, how am I doing this? Why would I? this is how we're doing this weekly. And we're going to do the gradient from the bottom up this time. But I don't like how this book is going and its content. And I'm excited though to finish it so that I can get more books that will hopefully go a bit better and such. That's my hope. Oh, I should talk about the mango party, because I did talk about that last stream, and I should tell you guys how it went. So, if you guys don't remember, I was throwing a mango themed party. I showed you guys like the crown and the staff that had like mangoes on, plastic mangoes on it. The party was a success. We had streamers in the color of like yellows and greens, and mostly yellows and greens. And then we had like plates and utensils that were like yellow, green, and red, and it was great. We got those mango candies that are covered in chamoy, and like everybody just took it as like a dare that they have to try it, which I'm very glad that at least they got all eaten up, because I know I wouldn't have eaten them if they were left at my place. Like, yeah. So I am happy about that. Okay. And then we also had Humex mango juice, which was absolutely delicious. The one problem we did run into is I decided to make 2 8-inch round cakes and like layer them, because I was like, oh, that's how a birthday cake looks. It's usually a round cake. But then way more people showed up than I thought and didn't know about. So we had this cake that should only be cut into like 8 slices that had to be cut into 16, which was a little rough. But we managed, and I forced it to be cut into 16 pieces. And then, yeah, it went great. We hung out for a couple hours. I didn't like the party. I got there at 6 to set up, and then the party started at 7, and I did not get home until midnight. Because, like, 1, the party kind of went on for a while, and then 2, it just kind of took forever to clean up, and then, yeah, it was rough. I like, didn't realize how exhausted I was until I got home, and I was like, oh, I should stop moving and stuff, because I woke up early, I didn't go to bed early the night before, it was rough. I lived, but it was rough. And then, what else do I want to say? It was just rough. I know I have more stickers that I could use. Speaking of Rapunzel, got stickers. I don't need to use these stickers. But it was a good party. So usually I because of my job, I don't go to bed until like party animal. Yes, party animal. Usually I don't go to bed until like 3 in the morning, and so I did that night before. Where's that thing I had? This is what I want. My brain wasn't working. And then, so I got up, I went to bed at like 3 the night before. I got up and I went to church at like 9, and then you guys saw me stream at 2. And then then I had the party at 6 and stuff, and there was just kind of like, I had like an hour or 2 in between, but in between I was like either setting up for stream, eating food, or setting up for the party. And then even on Sundays, because of my job, I'll still go to bed around like maybe 2, like a little bit earlier, but that's about it. But today, or that day, I went to bed at like midnight because I was so tired. Okay. I'm only using black because the rest of these were written in black, so we'll just... So this is a different setup, as you guys can probably tell, to my setup. Here I have it split. This one's easy to read. I have it split by my classes, so there's a box for each class, and I can write all the assignments and then kind of dash the day it's due and stuff. For this one, this is going to be the setup for the end of the semester, and it's one that I use mostly at the beginning of September. If you looked at like my first couple spreads on Instagram when I started, is I'll put the class that it's for here, the assignment, when it's due, and whether or not I've completed it and stuff here. So it's just a way that I can see everything that I've done at once and how complete I am. And it kind of keeps with this theme of like, I can pick and choose what I need to do, but I also know when it's due. And so this is just because this is like the final week of the semester, so I need to be able to kind of just see how close I am to finishing a class completely. So yeah, that's what that's for. Okay. Now we pick up all these stickers and we set them back down over here. That's due. So, how did I want it? I wanted another Dutch door. I can see that. Do I want to do another Dutch door? Yeah, we'll have to do habits, and then I'll set it up to look like this half of the page again. Okay. Let's do this. I haven't used Dutch doors in a while, so I'm kind of happy to use them again, but I don't want to overdo it because then I'll hate them again. Extra paper. And then if you guys saw my post yesterday, I turned one of these extra Dutch door scraps into like a cute bookmark. So I think I'm gonna keep doing that in the future, unless I use these scraps for something else. Okay. How did I... So I didn't... Okay. I'm gonna put the habits on this side instead. So they'll start in yellow. I haven't used much washi tape, so I might do... Let's start with some washi tape, actually. Grab all my colors, and we'll do a gradient down here. Not like how we did here, but just it's like a nice strip gradient. Yeah. The most annoying thing about washi tape is like, especially these thinner ones, is finding where the heck the tape starts. Here it is, I think. Yes. It's so annoying. And when I was doing like a big washi tape swatch the other day, I had the most horrific time because I was going through all of them and I had to find them all, and they all like, because like for some of them, like with this one, it has just like the tiny lightning bolt design. Can you guys see that? Not really, it's not in focus, but it's a tiny lightning bolt design. Or like here, this one just has a polka dot design, so it doesn't matter the way I pull it, but some of them were like sceneries, or they just had a right side up and they were all different, and it was kind of annoying because I had to like focus enough that I could make sure I pull them all out right so they look good. Okay, I like that. The other day, I was in one of my classes, and I noticed that what is it? The notebook I was using to take notes in was actually running out of pages, and I was like low-key excited because I was like, yes, and that means I could get a new notebook to use and stuff. But then I also realized that like I still had a lot of notes to take this semester as it finishes up, and so I was like, dang it, I hope I don't like run out before the semester ends. This one's going to be a little bit on the washi tape, but that's okay. I'm going to just be really aggressive with it so it can be seen. But it also made me excited because I like it when I finish notebooks because I'm like, something's complete. And then since it's a school notebook, I like keep some of the pages that I know I need, but then like I trash the rest. So I'm gonna be gaining some more space in my apartment and backpack after it because I'll have one less notebook to worry about. And the thing with me is I like using things to their fullest. So if I have like my sticker packs, even if I don't have a use for the sticker, I'm going to keep the whole, like the sticker page until I have like used every single sticker and stuff. Or like in school, and my family can attest to this, like I will keep every notebook that I use for school, and they'll just sit in a pile of like half-filled notebooks that are falling apart. And then I'll like use them again in future semesters for another class. I do this now. Now I like reuse that notebook. So if I used it for one class, I'll take out the pages I don't need and then use the rest of the pages for a different class. When I was younger, I would still try to convince my family to buy me new school notebook in hopes that they would, because I wanted more notebooks and I was obsessed. I'm also now at the point where how did I do it last? Hoarder. Okay. I will admit that in some ways I do hoard stationery. However, I do intend to use things to the fullest, and now with a more eco-friendly mindset, I do use that now. Yes, that is why we watched Hoard. So Joe Ped here, he he's my dad, and he made us watch Hoarding Buried Alive as children so we would never become hoarders. Today, with my eco-friendly mind, I have not bought new notebooks unless absolutely necessary, like a new bullet journal, because I need a specific type of journal for a thing. Unless absolutely necessary, and instead I have been reusing notebooks until they're completely empty and stuff. And I have this pile of things that I go through. So oh, here's a stack of papers that I think are important. So now I'm going through them all and being is this actually important? Can I toss this, and that type of thing. And so I'm also limiting myself in buying stationery as well, so that I can use up the stationery I have. I will accept any and all gifts of stationery. Shout out to Joe Ped for sending me those transparent sticky notes that I showed on Insta the other day. They're amazing. Why do you need every ATM receipt? What's the point in saving that? The only reason I don't even accept receipts anymore, because unless I know that I may need to return the item, I don't keep them, because it's a waste of paper and I don't need them. Okay, wait, how did I do this? Space. And I did a line. I may also have a plastic mug collection from gas stations. Okay. I will say though, everybody has their thing they collect. Oh, I do remember that collection. It was I remember cleaning out our basement from that collection. It was whack. Everybody has something they collect. And I totally get the purpose in collecting things and wanting to keep them and stuff, but if you are going to collect things, I will say collect something you'll use or has a purpose. I totally I get the purpose of oh, it pleases you and stuff. But if you're going to collect board games and not play any of them, what's the point? Yeah, ATM receipts. Only collect them if they have a purpose. If you collect mugs but you use all 100 of them, 10 out of 10. I use all the dishes I collect and stuff. And I look for ways to use them. But if you and you don't have to toss your whole collection out right away, but pull a Marie Kondo and look at your collection, what parts of it actually give you joy and do you use often. Speaking of dishes, remind me to bring me more. This is your reminder, Joe Bed, to bring me more dishes. Your hug. My hug mug. Okay. Story time. So, there's this place in New York called Max Brenner's. Chocolate-themed restaurant. Chocolate everything. They have this hug mug that, if you cup your hands like this, that's how it fits in your hand. And it's great. You just cradle it and stuff, and it's amazing, and I love it, and I want it, and I miss it now. Thank you for the reminder. I love it. That's a good hug mug, and it's such a cute name too, hug mug. 10 out of 10 and stuff. Where's my phone? But other dishes I have that I really like is, we don't drink wine, but we have wine glasses, so I make sure that my husband and I use them for fancy events and dinners, or I make sure to use. P.S. Habit only has one B. Okay. Shh. But Rabbit has two. We're gonna pretend I just didn't do that for all my other spreads at all. It's fine. Dang, I would have had space for that tea then. Now I'm sad. I knew something was off. That is my own problem though. Yes. I'm great at making mistakes. And that is what this spread is, a bunch of mistakes. There's been a lot of mistakes on this. On that note, I really don't like, I have a lot of this like thinner washi tape that I want to use up because I want to make sure I use it up and it's not just sitting there and stuff. But it's freaking annoying because it always like lifts up and stuff. I should have changed colors. Hold up. We're gonna fix this. I got a little distracted. Pink right over it. Because we are gonna transition into pink now. Before I continue, I will make these two orange. I have a messy style of bullet journaling and I accept that. I don't have straight lines. I don't always have the neatest looking spreads, but they're mine and I am proud that I created them. Okay, now those are orange. Okay. I should put the days actually instead of just. See, now I remember to switch. And then I have some space down here. So let's use some stickers. No. Maybe I'll use that. We'll see. Okay. No, I don't want to use that one. I want to use a box. A cute box. Best sticker sheet ever. Colorful boxes. from the Happy Planner. The minute mine runs out, I am buying another because I like it a lot. I want a short quote to put here. Put in this little box. Here we go. This quote is from Elder Gilbert, and it says, you guys can't read it very well, I'll lift it up. It says, it's still very fuzzy, it is not where you start, it is where you are headed. So I think that fits really nicely on this habits page. Okay. Now this side is my to-do list page. I feel like I have a sticker that could go up here that says to do. It's a green one, not what the color I want. Yellow! The yellow one. Perfect. 10 out of 10 idea. Do I have any others that are a little bit bigger though, just to be safe? Oh, I'll use these. Okay. I'm gonna put this cute little boy right up here. Oh, and then put two suns on the other side. That's a great idea. My space is a mess. Usually when I bullet journal, like I'll be on the floor with like all my stickers and markers surrounding me, and it's just a nice big fan out. But I gotta stream at a good place, even if I don't have much room to do it. Okay. Oh wait, I have a better idea. Because I haven't used much of my washi tape, so. And I want to make sure I use it. I'll fix that line in a sec. Oh wait, you're ripping this. Okay. Then we put our little to-do sticker. Cute. I like that. And then we're gonna copy this like kind of line pattern, and as we're doing it, we'll shift to the colors and stuff. And I'm gonna not talk while I'm doing this so that I can stay focused and remember to switch the colors. I still made a mistake. And I was paying attention. It's okay, we'll just switch purple and pink. It'll be fine. If I make it look intentional, it'll be fine. I will know that I made 100 mistakes on this spread. But it's fine. Ooh, okay, I just saw this, but thank you, Arctic465, for following. Welcome to the club of a messy bullet journal. Bullet journaler. Yep. So great at this. But yeah, here's my to-do list. Now, the last half of this spread is, what are we doing? I have a plan. I'm just gonna, oh, I do know what I'm doing. Where is it, where is it, where is it? Here we go. So we're gonna put this sticker at the bottom here. And then along with this little project due one, because I do have a couple projects due this week. Okay. And I've used up 7 spaces. Seven spaces. Okay. I'll do some pink. We're going to continue with that gradient along this page. And that type of thing. Then over here, I know this looks confusing, but it'll make more sense once I'm done. The layout, because these will be my days. But each of these boxes will be a day, and this will be number 7, right? Yes. This orange is getting a little old because it's not as dainty as it used to be. But that's okay. I like my brush pens a lot. Everything's still pretty good condition. The yellow's already been losing its tip. Okay. And right there, we'll need a couple things. And we'll do some washi tape. And kind of make it a nice little notes tab. Well, and I know I have a sticker for that. Just gotta find it. But yeah. So that's kind of how this layout's gonna go. We got our days, and our Sunday will be here, Saturday. A little notes tab, some more notes down here, and then a little project thing. So, because this will be the last day of the semester, so I will need to like be on top of it. And stuff. Yeah. Okay. This thing I got. Let's go back actually. I am struggling to find the right sticker. Here we go. So we got some yellow in there too. And then we'll do that line thing again. Yeah. Cute. Like the way that looks. And I always have this problem when creating the spreads, like the page is just like lifting up and stuff. But like, once I've used that weekly, it's like, it's used to staying flat because I leave it flat open the whole time and I put weights on it a lot. But yeah. I still gotta put in the dates. And then this weekly will be done. And we'll begin the journaling prompt after that. So, go get your journals. Get your journaling supplies ready if you already don't have it out. Ooh, I don't know about you guys, but besides the final episode of Kenobi coming out today, which was pretty okay in my mind. It was pretty good. What also came out was the Umbrella Academy. That was very exciting for me because I've been dying for it, and I'm so happy it's out. I haven't watched much of it. I watched the first episode, but my husband and I are planning on watching it together. So, I haven't gone too far in it yet. But I am excited based on the first episode. It's a little weird already, but you know, that's Umbrella Academy for you. It's pretty great. You guys should watch it because probably next stream I'll talk about it as well because that's what I've been binging. I also just finished re-binging Gravity Falls. I've seen it before, but I was just kind of in the mood to watch it again. And oh, I loved it so much. I do have one of the books I have is journal number 3, like the copy of it. But I haven't been able to, but it's like in storage right now, and I really want to get it out and like look through it again and read it, because I'm just in that mood to kind of have some nostalgia from when I first read it and relive that fandom. But yeah, and I am glad that I'm like also going back into Umbrella Academy again, because I'm happy that's back. And I can go back into that fandom and it can revive a bit and stuff. Yeah. Okay, here's what we did today. We didn't do much. What did we do? We spelled habit wrong. A lot. We made this lovely spread and this one as well. So this is a weekly and this is another weekly. What this does mean is that our next stream, we will probably finish one more weekly and then maybe some of the smaller spreads, because the weeklies are most complicated because I gotta have the stuff for my classes, my habits, my to-do list, my days and all that jazz. So we'll just have one more difficult, but then my other spreads are pretty straightforward because it's just kind of like a gratitude spread, so it's a list spread and along with my to-do list and all that jazz. So hopefully we'll finish it next stream. If not, I'll have to finish it on my own and stuff. But yeah, that's what we did. I hope you guys had a good time so far. Don't leave yet, because we do have our journaling prompt now. I'm gonna quickly talk and tidy up at the same time so that we can. Don't forget, if you have missed any of my streams or you want to rewatch any of them and kind of get those spread ideas yourselves, you can check me out on YouTube, or there are some of them on Twitch, but most of them are going straight to YouTube and not going to be on here anymore. I might change that in the future. Another thing is that what was I going to say? You can also follow me on Instagram for daily bullet journaling content and stuff. I have a couple posts that like I talk about where I'm reading and kind of update you guys there, and I have some reels there. I show most of the new stationery I'm doing. I'm hoping one day I can do, I'm planning on getting like a big order of stationery and doing a stationery haul on stream instead of our normal bullet journaling. And yeah. Don't forget, on Sunday we are also doing a continuation of this plan with me at 2 p.m. So yeah, we're gonna, and in the chat I have just put all of our journaling prompts, so if you want to do a different one than what we are doing today, you guys are free to do that. And it also has my YouTube, my Twitch, and my Instagram on there, so if you guys need help finding me, they are there as well. And then, ooh, one of my pens fell. I'm gonna quickly grab that. One sec. Okay, I have it. We're good. But yeah, let's get into some journaling. Today's prompt is, what have you learned this year so far? So that's today's prompt. Since it is the end of June is coming, so we're kind of like at that halfway point in the year, so I figured that'd be a good prompt. I do have a couple spreads coming out, and I will be talking on my Instagram a little bit about how my goals are doing and how to kind of revive and keep going with those goals halfway through the year, and kind of how I'm going to track where I am at with those goals. Yeah, so look for that on Instagram. Today for our materials, we got this cute thicker washi tape, which I like a lot. We got some more blue dual tip brush pens from King Art, and this Pilot Precise V5 Rolling Paul extra fine pen. I love these pens a lot. They write so well, but they do need some time to dry, which kind of makes them rough. I have some of my colorful boxers, sticky sticker pack, and I also have my quotation ones because I'm gonna pull some blue stickers from here. You guys have today's prompt. You guys should be good to go, and I will talk back with you in 15-ish, 10 to 15 minutes when I finished my journaling. And if you guys don't like that prompt, feel free to kind of pick out your own. So, talk to you in 15. Okay, I am finished. You guys finish up the line you're working on, or if you're on a bullet journal, like if you're just going, keep going. Just keep going. Do what you need to do. So here's my spread here. Since I moved this kind of around a couple times, the corners were coming up, so I taped it back down. I like this. I really like the use of this like nice edge, like using washi tape on the sides to just kind of give it color. So I love this. Yes, one of my favorite color combinations is like a dark navy blue and then a light sky blue, and just using them together. It's kind of my favorite. It's one of my favorites. So this washi tape really encompasses that. So I have this little quote from one of my quote sticker packets that just says "Get it done," and then this little box just kind of sums up what I've learned the most this year, and I am capable of getting things done and achieving my goals. I feel like I've been like way better at looking at myself and trying to improve myself this year, and I feel like I've learned how to do that, and just kind of I've learned a lot of other things. I know I listen here, like I've learned how to love my husband a bit better. I've learned when to say no. I've learned how to care for myself. I've just kind of like listed a sum up of what I've learned this year and what I felt was most important to learn. And I also put, I have like remembered my younger self again. And a lot of what I've learned is indulging in my creativity and being okay with saying no and doing what I want and what makes me happy, and finding that balance and wanting to improve. And so I do also talk about my inner child and pleasing them in that sense. And I please them a lot by journaling and sharing it and stuff. So yeah, that's mostly what I talked about in my spread. And I'll post this on Instagram if you guys want to take a closer look at it as well. But that is going to be it for today's streams. I hope you guys had a good time. I know I did. I really like bullet journaling, even if I made a lot of mistakes and spelled habit wrong. But that's a secret that you guys will never tell, and y'all just will just ignore for now. I'll try to fix it with my next weekly. Don't forget to follow me on Insta if you don't already. You can watch the rest of my streams on YouTube and stuff, and you can also see a closer up of these spreads and the other ones I do on Insta. I'm not posting my July spreads yet. I will post them at the beginning of July like I usually do. And don't forget, this Sunday at 2 p.m. we'll continue and do like the last little finish up of our July monthlies. And then if you guys are wondering, oh, isn't there another stream this month? Yes, there is. There is the last Wednesday of this month, and we will be working on our reading journal setup for that stream. So hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Keep bullet journaling, keep feeding your inner creative child, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye. Bye.